Then they leak all these State Department cables, and the politicians get busy. Our Senator Dianne Feinstein writes an op-ed piece in the Wall Street Journal laying out her interpretation of the Espionage Act and demanding that Assange be prosecuted under it. Senator Joe Lieberman did the same, said it was the leak by Assange by WikiLeaks was the most serious violation of the Espionage Act in our history. Sarah Palin said that Assange has blood on his hands. Mike Huckabee said that Assange should be executed. Well, can he be prosecuted under the Espionage Act? The act itself is a mess. It's the 1917 version. It has a hodgepodge of different provisions. It's the first it's the first loyalty type law that the Congress had passed since the Sedition Act of 1798. And it's got several unintelligible, vague, inconsistent, and confusing provisions. Some of them deal with classified information. Some of them don't require that the information disclosed be classified at all. And oddly enough, there's no provision in our laws protecting confidential State Department cables that WikiLeaks disclosed. So is WikiLeaks like the New York Times, or is WikiLeaks like Ellsberg? And that depends, to some extent, on how WikiLeaks got the information. If it is true that Bradley Manning leaked the information to WikiLeaks, we will presumably find out this year because his court-martial is coming right up. If he leaked it to WikiLeaks, don't you want to know what the understanding was between Manning and Assange? Isn't it important to know that? If WikiLeaks was simply the passive receptacle of a dump from Manning, hadn't arranged it, didn't pay for it, didn't give Manning any software help, nothing, it just came in over the transom, dropped in the lap of WikiLeaks, then clearly WikiLeaks is like the New York Times in the Pentagon Papers case, simply the publisher of information that may have been illicitly disclosed, but can't be enjoined. Matt, you have something?
It being an online source, will
I missed the first.
being an online source, WikiLeaks being like online difference, is it a newspaper in Australia or something against the United States national defenses? I mean, the United States can sue it, like the Sydney Times did it.
Well, I don't know that it makes any difference that it was an online source. Assange has said that we don't know who our sources are. It's encrypted in such a way that even we don't know who our sources are.
But WikiLeaks is online, right?
It is.
That's what I mean. The fact that WikiLeaks is online, not the source, but the source material.
Right.
That's online. Is that any different?
Should it?
I think it should.
Why?
Because the United States, I don't think has the legal regime.
To protect our national security. We can't prosecute people who violate our laws, the Espionage Act. We've got to catch them. We've got to get them here.
I mean, for Rocky, an Afghanistan publication wrote something against the United States. They that prosecuted the Espionage Act in 1917.
Yeah. Well,
Same thing, right?
we'll have that debate in a while. You and me. But I want to finish up to give you some time to pick up your paper. They've got to get him here to prosecute him. That depends on whether he'd be extradited to Sweden. He's fearful that he'd be extradited to the United States and charged here. If he is charged here, the government should have to prove an intent to harm national security and actual harm. And I haven't heard the government yet say what actual harm has been done by the disclosure of any of the information that WikiLeaks has disclosed. They undoubtedly would come up with some. They may have to do that in the Bradley Manning prosecution. However these issues play out, let's hope our government's hands are clean. Joe Lieberman tried to destroy WikiLeaks by getting Amazon and Visa and MasterCard to pull the plug and not support donations to WikiLeaks. We don't have any evidence that the Obama White House was complicit in developing the sexual misconduct charges against Assange. It may be just a coincidence that following on the disclosures, Sweden issued this arrest warrant, and it may be just a coincidence that the companies pulled the plug on the WikiLeaks site without any government prompting. And it may be just a coincidence that the hacker attack on WikiLeaks servers followed right on these other events and may not have been orchestrated by any government encouragement. What would be really distressing to learn is that our government was involved in any of this. And wouldn't it be ironic if that became public through documents leaked through WikiLeaks? Okay, that's enough for today. Take your time, get the papers.